All right, welcome to this active flow and breathwork session. My name is Brian, and I am delighted to be with you this morning for this invigorating practice. It's going to be a typical active flow and breathwork, or breathwork and active flow. We're going to do some specific breathing practices, some pranayamas, in order to and bring ourselves fully present and engaged, and then we'll do some movement to let that engagement flow and shift throughout the body. We'll finish, as we'd always do, with a twist and a deep integrative rest. And we'll be here about 50 minutes this morning, maybe 55, depending on how things go. As always, remember our first guiding principle: support precedes action. So have your supports available: blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, chairs, tissues. Please clear your passageways. Anything you need to support yourself in your practice, have it available, and avail yourself of it as we go through the practice. Secondarily, remember, it is your practice. So while I'm offering and suggesting and inviting you to do some things from over here, ultimately you are in the privacy of your own space by design, and the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is optional. So at any time you lose your calmness, your steadiness, your sense of your connection to your breath, stop, back off, come out, do what you need to do to reconnect with that, and then move as your body is calling you to, in order to do the practice that's specifically correct for you. So you listen to the wisdom of your body, honor that wisdom by giving it what it's asking for, and trust that that will take you where you need to be. Speaking of where you need to be, is here. There's nowhere to go. You're here. It's all done. All right. Let's land, ground, raise gratitude, set intention, as we always do, and then we'll get started. So I invite you to find a supported posture. Support precedes action. Whatever that posture looks like for you, take a moment to bring yourself into it. Excuse me. Come into this place. Come into this space. Come into the present moment by coming into the body. Come into the body by coming into the breath. Turn your awareness to your breathing. Find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages, and begin to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Following your inhale into your body, wherever it may go, without stress, strain, or exertion. Following your exhale out of your body, letting it go completely, releasing all that is no longer needed. Then holding your awareness right there, be right there at the beginning of the next inhale, following that inhale in. And that exhale out. And then on your next inhale, if you choose to, float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and allow to arise in your heart space a sense of gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful here today. Perhaps for you today, just the possibility of gratitude. And whatever it is that arises for you when gratitude is called forth, I invite you to see that clearly in your mind's eye, and to hold your gratitude there in your heart space, at least for the duration of your practice today. And then if you choose to today, I invite you to set an intention for your practice, perhaps a simple intention to just keep your gratitude anchored, or to just be right there at each inhale. And whatever your intention is, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And then, listening for the echoes of your intention in your practice, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop toward your grateful and intentional heart, and offer a benediction to seal your intention as I say, Namo, Namaste. Then release your hands, lift your chin, take a breath. Take a moment here to adjust your posture. Maybe you want to switch your crisscross. Maybe you want to take a different seated posture. We're going to come into some breath practice here from a seated posture. We'll be here for 10 to 12 minutes. So if you're not used to sitting for an extended period of time, make some adjustments to be supported in your seat while we do this. We're going to begin with a balancing breath and a version of Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath. So your right pointer finger, your right middle finger placed right between your brows. Now you can do this with just mental awareness. If you're not used to using your hand to block a nostril, that's absolutely okay. Just bring your mental awareness to your left and right nostril accordingly. Otherwise, you're going to anchor your pointer and middle finger there. Your right thumb will block your right nostril, and you will inhale through the left nostril. At the top, you will right ring finger will block the left nostril, and you will release the right thumb and exhale through the right nostril. You inhale left, either mental awareness or using your fingers, and exhale right. That will be our practice. That will be our, for a moment or so. We'll be here for a little bit. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Finding your rhythm. This is the important thing. It is your practice. Find your breath rhythm. Long, deep breath. Inhale and exhale equal in length, volume, and intensity. Body very still. Awareness on the breath in the nostril. Focus at the brow point. Now, if you're like many of us and you're uncomfortable with closing your eyes completely, then just narrow your gaze and look beyond the tip of your nose into the palm of your right hand. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Exhale out the right. And now we're going to reverse that. We're going to inhale through the right and exhale out the left. Noticing subtle differences from one side to the other, and your rhythm and your pace may be different on this side. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Again, body is still very still. Awareness is on the breath in the nostril. Focus is at the brow point or just beyond the tip of the nose. Balancing breath here. Noticing what's different for you, one side to the other. Maybe your pace is different, but working to ensure that the inhale and exhale are equal in volume, length, and intensity. In right, out left. Balancing the breath. Balancing the energy channels in the body, balancing the hemispheres of the brain, balancing the mind-body connection through the power of the prana, the breath. Fully present, fully aware, calm, steady, focused on the breath. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Exhale out the left. Release your hand down, hands to the knee. Thumb and forefinger lightly touching. Just be still, very still. Let everything settle. Let the breath settle. Let the body settle. Let the mind settle. Notice your experience. Take a moment to notice what shifted for you. Notice perhaps a sense of balance here. Now we're going to energize and activate. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now, our next breath is a breath of fire, a Bastrika or bellows type breath. That's a active use of the diaphragm. On the exhale, we pull back and down. On the inhale, the diaphragm releases out and up. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, your moon cycle, please do not pump the diaphragm. Just take long, deep inhale, full, complete exhale. Otherwise, if you're engaging with the diaphragm, that's your breath. You're going to find your pace, maybe very different than mine. Find your rhythm, very different than mine. Everyone has their own unique breath rhythm. Now, option, take the arms up, fold the fingers to the top of the palms. Thumbs are arched over the head as if they were touching, and then just open your arms to 60 degrees. This is the arm posture. Now, if your arms get in the way of your breath, then just put your arms down. Do not let the arms interfere with the breath. We're going to be here for a minute or so, so you may feel that. So work within the confines of your own practice, your own rhythm, your own body, your own breath. All right, let's begin. Cleansing breath. Full inhale. Complete. Excuse me. Complete exhale. Whew. If you choose to, take your arms up. Firm, steady seat, long spine, full inhalation to prepare. And begin. Nice, gentle practice here. So tendency with these activating breaths is to overactivate and then get too engaged. And then you lose your calm, you lose your steady, and you lose your focus on the breath. So do not do that, right? Maintain that focus, maintain that calmness, be at the pace and the rhythm that is right for you with your breath in your practice. And remember, the inhale and exhale are equal. A lot of us, it's a lot easier to feel that diaphragmatic movement on the exhale. And then we get overdoing the exhale and we forget to allow the full inhalation. So ensure that you're focused on moving within your own body. How is your diaphragm moving within your own body? If you're just using a long, deep breath here, not pumping the diaphragm, just stay steady and calm. Let the breath come and go. Feel that breath flow deep. Maybe it gets a little deeper in your body. Settle into your rhythm, settle into your pace. And if you're like me, you begin to notice at some point that you're holding your arms up and your shoulders start talking to you. What happens in your mind when your shoulders start talking? Can you stay calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within your own body? One more minute to go. Body is very still, even though the diaphragm is moving. It's moving within the body. The awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. Focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or just beyond the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. Activating, energizing, frontal brain cleansing, a form of Bastrika or Kapalabhati here. All different variations of an activating breath. We call this breath of fire. And this particular arm position is known as ego adjuster or ego eradicator, depending upon what school you've learned it from. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation, extend the fingers, let the thumbs touch overhead, roll your eyes up. Engage at the base of the spine, lift at the base of the spine at the pelvic bowl, engage your root lock. The arms are up, but the shoulders are relaxed. Tuck the chin slightly to feel the release at the back of the neck, engage your chin lock. Be very still as you reach, extend, lift. As you are ready, exhale, release your hands gently down to your knees, thumb and forefinger lightly touching, crown long, sits bones rooted, supported, grounded. Feel into stillness. Notice where the energy is in your body. Notice what has shifted for you. Powerful breath practice, ego adjuster, ego eradicator. Let the breath stabilize. Allow everything to settle. Let the breath come and go without shaping. Stabilize your breath. Cleansing breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. All right. Now make any adjustment to your posture if you need to. Our next posture, the fingers will interlace. The palms will press away from the chest at the level of the heart. The thumbs will come maybe to touch beneath the palms. Maybe not. Right at the level of the heart. Elbows up, level of the shoulders, palms up at the level of the heart. Get this right. Okay. Inhales through the nostrils as you press the arms away. Exhale is through the mouth as you bring the back of the palms back toward the chest. Inhaling nostrils, exhaling mouth. Arms press on the inhale and return on the exhale. Feeling the level of the heart space here. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Remember, no stress, no strain, no overexertion, just full inhale, complete exhale. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Again, inhale and exhale equal in length, duration, and intensity. Again, it's always so much easier for many of us to exhale than it is to inhale, even though we forget to do that. How many of us like to hold our breath when we should be taking a deep exhale? So we want to make sure that we're equalized here. Full inhale, complete exhale. Steady, calm, focused on the breath, moving within our own body. Remember, it is your practice, right? Modify as you need to, adjust as you need to, take any alternate posture that you need at any time. Anytime you lose that calm, steady focus, anytime you lose your center, please do what you need to do to stop, engage, slow down, do something alternate, whatever it takes to bring yourself back to that calm, steady center. We're looking for the center here. Find the center. Right at the heart level here. Feel this from the heart. All right, continuing this breath, but we're going to add a movement here. So, as you inhale out, Now you're gently going to retain the breath while the arms go overhead, come back down in front of the heart, and then exhale back to the chest. Up, down, out. In, hold while up and down, out on the return. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Stay steady. Stay in your own rhythm. Stay in your own practice. On your next inhale, take the arms up, engage your root lock, relax your shoulders, engage your chin lock. Lift at the base of the spine and the pelvic bowl. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin, be very still. As you are ready, gently release your locks, release your breath. The hands come down to the knees. Let the breath stabilize here. Notice again what shifted for you. Be in your own experience. Breath practice. Powerful methodology or modality to shift our regulation. We use these tools on our mat so that we can come to understand, and then we can take our practice off our mat and apply it as necessary in the busyness of our lives. Let's take a cleansing breath here, full inhale. And a complete exhale. As you exhale, bring your way around to your mat. We're going to begin in wisdom pose or child's pose today. So, again, your practice. Find your version of child's pose or wisdom pose. Maybe your thighs are wide so that your torso can fall between your thighs. Maybe your knees are together and your torso is falling on top of you. Maybe you have your block or your support on your forehead at whatever height is appropriate, or on your chest at whatever height is appropriate. Find your position here. Extend the arms initially. Pop up on the fingertips. Press back toward the hips. Press the hips back toward the heels. Feel that length. Then release the forehead. And then bring the hands back by the feet, palms up. Relax the shoulders. Relax the lower back. This is your wisdom pose. Is there wisdom in this posture? Feel free to return to this posture at any point. Find yourself centering in here. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you inhale, take your hands and walk them out, stand up on the fingertips and then press into the tips of the fingers and the heel of the palm. Lengthen through the shoulders, press back through the hips, breathe in, lift the head, and come forward into your table. Breathe out as you lengthen the crown and press back through the hips. Tabletop posture here. All right, we're going to move the spine a little bit here. We've been sitting a little bit. So first, before we do that, let's release any tension. So maybe just do a little organic movement. Maybe roll your hips side to side. Maybe a little extension through the either side. Maybe you look over one shoulder and then the other. Just feel into, releasing anything that was caught in the time we spent in that fixed hip position while we were seated for a while there. Maybe back and forth here, whatever works for you. Organic movement here. And then when you feel like you can feel your spine now, come back into your tabletop, lengthen the crown. On the inhale, we arch the lower spine, maybe just a couple of inches of movement there, if that. Might not feel like it's moving at all, but the heart's coming forward and the crown is coming up and the expression is lifted as we breathe in through the nostrils. And as you exhale through the nostrils, you're going to round the spine and release the crown toward the mat. Biceps may frame the ears, hips may roll under. And then you're going to continue to breathe that way for a moment. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and release. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice, focusing on the spine, flexion and inflection, beginning to feel that articulation, vertebra by vertebra, joint by joint, up and down the spinal column, freeing up cerebrospinal fluid to flow up and down the spine. One more here. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, walk your hands out a little bit in front of the shoulders so you feel that length in the side body. Breathe in. Exhale, walk your hands a little further still. Continue that with each breath. Maybe you add a little bit more space. Keep the hips high over the knees so the hips are staying still over the knees. Let the hands continue to extend. Maybe you come down on the forearms. Maybe your forehead drops to a block or to the mat. Maybe your chest drops to a block or to the mat. Heart melting pose. Anahatasana, also known as puppy pose. Relax through the crown. Release. Hips are high. Shoulders are relaxed. We're breathing in to this big open-hearted stretch, bringing the heart toward the mat. Breathing out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. On your inhale, lift your crown, walk your hands back underneath the shoulder. Curl the toes. Press back through the heels and into the ball of the foot. Feel that stretch in the sole of the foot. Inhale here. Exhale here. Release the tops of the feet. Press the hips back toward the heels. Bring your forehead to the mat. Come back into extended wisdom pose. Inhale. Walk your fingers out. Exhale. Walk your hands over toward the right side of your mat, maybe even off the right side of your mat. Feeling that stretch through the left side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. On the inhale, walk the hands back to center and long. On the exhale, walk your hands over toward the left side of your mat, maybe even off the left side of your mat, feeling that stretch in the right side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, walk your hands back to center and out. Exhale, come forward and then curl the toes and lift the knees, lift the hips, drop the crown. Release the crown toward the mat, press the chest and stomach back toward the thighs, lengthen through the fingers and the arms and the shoulders, let the heels drop toward the mat. This is your downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here, bend your right knee, press back through your left heel, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here, bend your left knee, press back through your right heel, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here, bend both knees, lift the hips up and back. Exhale, release both heels toward the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press into your left hand and press back through both heels. Maybe pick up your right hand and reach back for your left hamstring, left calf, left ankle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your right hand back to the mat. Stabilize. Maybe you shifted a little bit there. Try to stay level in the hips. Press into the right hand. Bring your left hand back to the back of your right leg, right hamstring, right calf, right ankle, right heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your left hand back to the mat. Inhale here. Bad joke here. If you have it in you, press back through the heels, take both hands to the back. No, I'm just kidding. Breathe here. Full inhale, come to a plank. Make any micro adjustments you need to make in your posture to establish your balance in your plank. Press back through the heels, lengthen through the crown. Inhale, long through the side ribs. Exhale, lift the hips, release the crown, downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. If you need to or want to, let's just all do this. Never mind that. Just drop your left knee in the top of your left foot initially. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the wide edge of your mat. Feel into that length through the hip girdle. Maybe roll to the outside the outside edge of your right foot. Maybe not. Opening that hip. Breathing here. Lengthen the crown. Sink the hips. Breathe in. This is our lizard posture. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. If you would roll to the edge of the foot, bring the right foot back flat. Walk the right foot back in line with the hip and shoulder. Take your right hand outside the right foot. Curl the toes of the left foot. Lift the left knee. Press back, step back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale to your plank. Check your balance in plank. Full length here. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. The bottom of your exhale, bring your left foot forward between your hands. Help it if you need to. Go ahead and drop the right knee in the top of the right foot. Take your left hand inside the left foot. Walk the left foot out to the wide edge of your mat. Stay here, or if you like, maybe begin to roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Lengthen the crown, sink the hips. Maybe walk the hands out. Maybe just one hand length initially. Just feel into this lizard posture. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, if you walk your hands out, bring them back underneath the shoulders. If you roll to the edge of your left foot, flatten the foot. Walk your left foot in line with the hip and shoulder. Take the left hand back outside the left foot. Curl the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee. Steps back, press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to your plank. Make your micro adjustments for balance. Stabilize in plank. Long spine. On the inhale. And on the exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. All right, inhale, look up between the hands. On the exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Drop the left knee if you like, or this time, keep the left knee lifted. Bring your right hand inside the right foot. Walk the right foot out. Roll to the edge of the foot if you like. Stabilize through that back heel in the left. Lengthen through the crown. Walk your hands out. Maybe come down onto your forearms on a block. Hint, hint. Maybe just stay where you are. Breathe in to your lizard posture. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. On your inhale, if you walked your hands out, walk them back. Come to the flat of the right foot. Bring the right foot back in line. Take the right hand back outside. Press back, step back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, plank. Balance and stability and strength. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Exhale, bottom of the exhale. Left foot comes forward. Right knee drops if you want it to, or stay lifted. Press back through the right heel. Bring the left hand inside. Walk the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Roll to the side of the foot if you like. Lengthen through the arms if you like. Come down onto the forearms if you like. Breathe here. Press back and down. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you walk your hands out, walk them back in. Flatten that foot. Walk that foot back in line. Bring the hand outside the foot. Press back, step back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, right foot forward, left knee down if you like, or stay lifted. This time as you inhale, engage the core, lengthen the crown, but stay supported. Bring the hands to the right knee. Stack the palms, straighten the arms, support the torso. So now you're in a lunge, supported. Calm, steady, focused on the breath. Moving in your own body. On your inhale, take your arms high if you like. Maybe your palms press and interlace fingers, maybe not. Maybe you hook the thumbs, maybe your hands don't touch. It doesn't matter. Look up and breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. Full inhalation. No extra length maybe. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot, step back, press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to your plank, long, strong, steady, and sure. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, full inhalation. Complete exhale. On the bottom of the exhale, left foot comes forward. Drop the knee if you like, or press back and engage. Stack the palms the opposite way on the left leg. Straighten the arms, support the torso. Supported lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, take the arms high. Maybe you have a different hand position on this side. That's okay. Look up. Engage. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Exhale. Hands come down. Frame the foot. Step back. Press back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to your plank. Long, strong, steady, and sure. Exhale. Press back. Downward facing dog. On the inhale, the right leg goes back as if it could stamp the wall behind you and then point the toes. Take that right heel high. On the exhale, the right knee comes behind the right wrist. Now, option for that right foot. It could stay straight back behind the right knee. It could make its way underneath the torso a little bit. It might come all the way over behind the left wrist. Your body, your practice. Drop the left knee in the top of the left foot. Feel into this first settlement of the hips. So check your hips are balanced, and maybe you shift your hips back to the bottom of your mat. Maybe you feel that right heel on the inside of your torso somewhere. Maybe not. Stay here. Pop up on your fingertips. Walk your hands back a little bit and lengthen through the crown. Feel that length out of your lower back. Support it here. Stay supported and breathe. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Now, if you like, walk your hands out in front of you, bringing your hips and torso down toward the mat. Maybe you come on your forearms. Maybe you use a block. Maybe you bring your forehead to the mat, releasing the lower back, relaxing the shoulders, and feeling into this. Your hips are level. If you feel your hips are out of level, use a block to stabilize the hips as you feel into this opening of that hip. Breathing in and breathing out. Our pigeon posture here, full inhale. So this is our reclined pigeon. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. As you are ready. If you walked your hands out, walk them back underneath the shoulders. Now, feel into your fingertips and out of your arms, lengthen through the shoulders. If you shifted your hips toward the bottom of your mat, shift them back to neutral. Curl the toes of the left foot, lift the left knee. Press out of the arms to create space through the hips. And then exhale, take your right leg back and down. Come into your downward facing dog. Notice the different feeling in your hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale to your plank, long, strong, steady, and sure. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, the left leg goes back as if it's stamping the wall. Press the toes and then lift the heel. Feel this lengthened three-legged dog. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. And again, might be different this side. Left foot might be straight back behind the knee, might inch underneath the torso a little bit, might come all the way over behind the right wrist. Hips are level, drop the right knee. Feel that length and then release and maybe shift the hips back initially, finding that balance in the hips. Walk your hands back, support yourself here as you lift through the arm, through the chest, through the crown. Puffy pigeon chest here. Breathe in, supported, hands down, maintain that support. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. If you like, walk your hands out. Maybe out in front of you. Maybe come down on your forearms. Maybe release your head to a block or to the mat. Leveling the hips, supporting the hips with a block as you need to. Feeling into your pigeon on this side. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Feel into that deep hip opening here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, walk your hands back underneath the shoulders, lift the torso. If you shifted your hips back, shift them forward to neutral. Curl the toes and lift the right knee. Lift the chest, press out of the arms, create space, and then take the left leg high. And then return it, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to your plank. Long, strong, steady, and sure. Exhale, lower to the mat. Knees, chest, chin, reverse push up. Come all the way down to the mat. Release yourself on the mat and then roll to your back. Where are we? Beautiful, right on time. All right, bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze a little bit. Bring your head up toward your knees. Squeeze a little bit. Maybe a little rock side to side, maybe a little rotation of the hips. Just feel any release that you need in your hips first. And then stabilize here. Now, you have options here. Our last dynamic pose is stretch pose. So the legs will go long, hovering just above the mat. The crown is long, hovering just above the mat. The arms are lifted. You can bring any or all of that down if you need to. Shoulders and head down, arms down, legs down. Find your version of this posture. We're going to be here literally 1 minute. Breath of fire or long, deep breath. Engage your posture. Inhale to prepare. And begin. Inhale here. Engage your root lock. Relax the shoulders even though they're lifted. Tuck the chin. Be very still. As you are ready, release the breath, release the locks, release the body down. Let the toes fall open. Take the heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring the palms down by the hips. Palms up. Lengthen the crown, relax the back of the head. Pull down on the side body to feel the lower spine on the mat. And take a moment here to provide yourself with any additional support you may want in this posture. This is our rest posture. Maybe you have an eye cloth. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl. Maybe you have a bolster. Anything that will provide you perhaps 1% more support. Go ahead and avail yourself of that. And then settle in. And release. Rest. Let go. Let go. You're done. Let go. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. Release any and all shaping of the mind, of the body, of the breath. Release any and all analysis of the practice. Any conversation, any critiquing, certainly any competition or condemnation. Let it all go. You're done. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. Just let go. Just be supported. Feel into the support of the entire backside of your body. Feel how you're held, maybe even hugged by gravity. Feel the support all along from the heels to the back of the head, that soft spot at the back of the skull. Across the shoulders and the back of the arms, the back of the torso and the back of the legs. Feel how you're held and supported in your space. Feel what it is like to just be for a moment, to let go and to allow yourself to be supported. We have this story of our responsibility and our dependence upon ourselves. We have the story of ourselves as heroes that have to do all, be all. We have this story of ourselves that never allows us to relax our vigilance and allow our guard to come down. We have this story of ourselves that says that somehow this opportunity is to be denied. Let us overcome that story in this moment and allow ourselves to feel into what it is like to rest, to just be, to let go and allow everything to be just as it is, ourselves and everything else. To just be a part of this phenomenon known as life. Just a part. And to explore as a part of this moment of rest, the opportunity perhaps for stillness and silence. And if perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reacclimate with your body, perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your ankles and your wrists. Following your own organic sense of what's right and wrong, continue to reacclimate with your body by adding in any additional movement that you need or want. Maybe a long good morning stretch, maybe a rubbing of the palms and the soles of the feet, maybe a little rocking and rolling side to side or up and down the spine, whatever you need in order to feel yourself. And then continue to be organic with yourself in that movement to the point that you are ready, willing, and able to bring yourself back to your seated posture in whatever way, shape, or form that works for you to do that, supporting yourself, leveraging yourself with your arms and legs, rolling to one side or another, whatever it is that works for you to organically but supportively bring yourself back to your seated position. And then once reestablished in your seated position, reestablish the supports, reestablish the lengthened spine, reestablish the connection to breath. And on your next inhale, once again, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. And to allow to arise in your heart space, perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful here today. And as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, I will take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice with me. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite you to stay here in grateful witness for as long as you can, for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.